Hello everyone, French again. How many of you guys realize that in 2025, a lot of the things that we used to do previously is not that they're not currently working on. They're working, but not the same rate or high impact that they used to have on in 2023, 2024, 2022 previously. And one reason is because YouTube has changed some of their rules and advanced other rules, and the algorithm work in many different ways that you might have was working with previously that's no longer is engaging the audience or promoting the videos out. So this is a major shift in the YouTube platform. We got to remember, it's funny, you got to remember, like, you know, making hashtags and jamming pack the hashtags into your space of the number count, looking at your analytics and seeing how you can put the description in and then push so many words. And a lot of things are changing, meaning like I put videos with limited nothing on there and they ever done wonderful. Like no hashtags, literally a lot of my videos, no hashtags. I'm like, oh, but also stuff hashtags all the way to the rim. And I don't see a difference. And then some of them did bad. Some of the videos didn't really do too hot, didn't take off in the beginning like they used to. So there are some changes in 2025. And I know because the director, Anil of YouTube, one of the founders of YouTube, and other on the YouTube dashboard, they have a little clips to tell you some of the updates they have. If you're not in tune to this, I'm telling you, you got to be in tune to what YouTube is putting out there for this platform, because if you're not, you're going to be doomed to fail certain things, and you're going to be irritated and frustrated because you don't know what's going on, because you're going to be listening to old content. There's one thing about the gurus and this modern small content creators, we're on top of it. We're watching everything that's going about because we want to grow and develop our channel. So we're listening to these video clips that YouTube put out, the president and also the other members of the team of YouTube. Like the search engine, certain things optimization you used to do with search engine, you can't do anymore. You still can do it, but it's not getting the benefit. The effort that you put in, you're like wasting your time. It's almost like if you don't do it, it works better. So there's some rules regulations has been shifted in YouTube, and the things that they put out on the hashtags do not stuff. They do not want you to be stuffing hashtags, and some of these videos possibly getting deleted. I don't know for sure. Some of them they're not promoting the videos, and you're not getting the same numbers as you get on viewers and on your channel. So you got to be careful for that. There's a lot of things that are shifting on YouTube, so be mindful of this. I'm going to tell you some more right now. I'm going to give you, like I just gave you one of the hacks we should use was hashtag stuffing. That's not working that much anymore. It doesn't matter. It seems like it don't really matter about hashtags. The things have changed. Things we used to do previously, they're not working. The things I've listened to these gurus are not working as optimum as they used to do. Like any platform, things just shift and change and grow. So be mindful of that. I'm going to give you some multiple things that we used to do that's not even good no more. And I noticed a difference in my videos, because sometimes I just said, let me just try, see if it does work or doesn't work, or is there a major difference? And honestly, there was not a major difference. Like thumbnails, it doesn't. You know, we used to say put all the stuff in the thumbnails. Now they're saying put very limited into thumbnails. So I'm looking at both sides. I'm looking at thumbnails that had more information, visuals, effects on the thumbnail. Then I put thumbnails that doesn't have any basic nothing. And honestly, I'm seeing the ones that have pretty much limited nothing this period of time doing better. Because I looked at my previous thumbnails only back when I first started years ago, I would have a lot of stuff on the face, and then this one now, I'm directly focused on limited visual words, and I'm seeing more traction in my viewer count with less. Then also put ones with more on there. And I'm seeing viewer counts. So there's not really a difference, I don't think, but there is something shifting. I don't know if they're promoting. What I do see a delay in my the numbers getting out, the people that's following my channel and the new viewership. So when I do limited, I see more viewership. So there's a little slight difference in there. So I know something's happening with the platform. They actually mentioned some things like this about stuffing. And then there's another one, the clickbaiting, putting thumbnail titles, how to do this and using the words that other people are using, and then trying to get caught into their cycle. Then the people that come to theirs, they'll see yours by happenstance. Then hopefully the algorithm push your video out amongst the giants, and then you'll get picked up quicker. So these are some of the hacks that people used to pull. It's not working no more. New YouTubers, you got to put your work in. You got to build your platform. You got to put more content out there. You just can't try to go just one shot viral and get it. I think YouTube is being observant of that. The algorithm is being mindful of that. So yeah, that's changing. So there's another thing changing. So there's a lot of things changing. I'm gonna give you some more things that are changing right here on YouTube. So what we did in 2023, 2024, you're not doing it. You're not doing it in 2025. I'm sorry. I see the difference. There's new rules. Yeah, the SEO that you used to focus on, that's shifted too. There's a major change for small content creators this year, 2025, from previous years. So you got to be mindful of that. There's a lot of changes happening in YouTube platform. So the tag stuff and your SEO optimization process has changed. You can't listen to that old information. Some of it still work, but you got to be mindful. Some of the things don't work now. So be mindful in 2025. Oh, another one. Hello. Yeah, clickbait titles are shifting too. You know, we used to look at clickbait titles and think that was going to work. Like, what happened is people are catching on to that real quick. They're looking at your viewership count, your subscribers. They're looking at other things to measure. I'm gonna get some information from here. I talked to some other YouTubers and they was like, yeah, man, I noticed that small content creators, because we would learn from the guys been on for a long time, and it would say title one similar to, you see them on YouTube all over the place. Title one similar to the ones that's been doing it. So you would title yours correctly to that person, but that person got 300,000 subscribers, and you sitting over there with a 50 or 100 subscribers or 200 subscribers. They're like, wait a minute, that's a false stress. So that's where we reveal to them that that's a clickbait, and so they might not even click on your channel. And it's so the title, fancifying the title and stuff doesn't work. In the last couple months, last 4 months, I saw a definite change. So I quit focusing on that. So it might still work to a little bit, but I definitely see a change in the clickbait titling comparative to gurus and new content creators. So people won't get to know you genuinely in your content, in your own process. So be mindful of that. Yeah, the clickbait situation is very important. You know, always tidy your content around what your real content really is. Do not have a clickbait title and I get into your content and I'm like, it take a second to see it. I'm trying to clarify this, that your information is not authentic to your title. Then it just stands out as a clickbait. And people catch on it, and then once you get labeled in your comments, that's another thing you have to be aware in your comments. In your comments, it says, oh, this guy does a lot of clickbait, or this lady does a lot of clickbait. So you gotta be mindful of this. So that's why I say just stay away from, you're gonna have some authentic, I'll make your titles authentic. Make it directly to the point that you're trying to suggest to your audience what the content's gonna be in your YouTube video. Yeah, guys, this is one of the secrets. I wanted to pause and have that there. The clickbait was a secret that a lot of gurus was using it, and a lot of YouTubers that went to training programs through these gurus that learned this quickly. So be mindful of that. Things have changed. This is a new time, new phase in YouTube in 2025. Another thing you got to be mindful of when you looking at the YouTube platform. Be genuine in your work. because the secret is out now. Everybody understands what's going on now. So all these little hacks that people was doing is not working like they used to work. So you got to be mindful of that. Another point is, posting every day. Posting every day, I think is a good thing. It has a space, but a lot of people today is posting new content is not good. It's like oversaturating your market, your content. Not really. It is in a sense because your face is being seen all the time. If you got like 10, 20 videos out there, it's like, man, because I watch some of the older, I'll call them gurus, people that's been doing it a long time, got a lot of content. I'm not going to say their names because then it's put a kind of negative light on them. I don't want to say that, but I watched them throw a lot of videos up, and I'm seeing their numbers go down. But what happened is another side of that is it catches up in the long run. So it's just how you approach it. Yeah, it looks down because let's say you put a video up this week, Monday, and by Wednesday, you got 300, 400, 500 viewers of that video. It looks good, but then when you put 10 videos, people looking at your videos, they're looking at all these videos, they might get tired and they say, I'll come back to that later. So the ratio of your videos getting at that 500, 600,000 mark, if you're a guru, is low. Or if you're a new person like me, that 100, 200, 300 mark or 400 mark that you used to get from coming in, 100, it'll reduce down because you're putting so much out there. But at the same time, it also has a benefit because it promotes your channel. It gets you into more spaces, I believe. People see your video more often. So be mindful that it's a give and a take. So but posting too much can be a negative. And that's why, but I think it's good for new content creators to post more versus seasonal content that's really serious about this content creation on YouTube platform. I think it might have a little more effect on them. That's just my personal opinion, but I'll say be mindful of engage how you put up, how much content you put on YouTube daily or weekly. All right, that's one more. And wait, another point. The other point is people just take TikTok videos of Instagram, Facebook, various videos from other channels and then post them over. Like they may have their own page over there and then they take the content over there. I think some rule coming out with YouTube, they're not going to, I'm not for sure, but when I was hearing from other people that they're not going to be looking at videos like that. They want your originality content. That's a YouTube platform. And so it might be your content over there, but if you put it in another platform, you're taking it from that platform. It's still your content, but they might see it as not originality because it's already out. And you're taking it from another platform, and they might call that conflict of interest or something like the concept of conflict of interest, where, that's me, still my material, but you bring it over to this platform, and the computer system might say, flag it, and you might be going through some complication. There's other people that lose their channels behind certain things like that. Not just that, but they want you to have original content on. I'm for sure original content on YouTube. So be mindful of that. So don't just copy and paste somebody work. Another copy paste work on other people's YouTube channels. People are doing that, and that's not a cool thing. And just retitling it and then putting it back up with no dialogue, no analyzing, no critiquing, no like we do reaction videos. You just put it up, and change the name and put it up. That's not cool. That's copy and pasting. It's kind of like, in my opinion, it's kind of like plagiarism. So focus on your own content, build it up, and get good at what you're doing. This is the last thing I'll say on this. There's been new rules and regulation in YouTube. Just changing, like every platform grows and develops. So you got to be mindful. YouTube is growing and developing. They catch things they want to put out there. They change things. They promote things. So be mindful of that. So yeah, new rules, regulations on YouTube. Things have changed a lot. So things might work, might not work. It's up to you to figure this out. But I know there are some things that's not working as it used to do in 2025. Take care. I hope you enjoy this information. I hope you can benefit from it and work with it. Thank you and have a nice day. Final secret, last one. Be mindful of your thumbnails and your niche. Do not be jumping from niche to niche. You can if you do it in a multitude of information, a multitude of videos. If that's what you're going to do, open up another channel. But be mindful of that. Thumbnails and too many over visual thumbnails is not healthy. I said this earlier, but truthfully, too many overarching thumbnails is not healthy. And jumping from niche to niche on the same channel, it's not a good thing unless you have a built up amount of content and your channel is known. So people will come to your content for that. They know right to go to your channel. But if you're new, you could do it in the beginning, like where I'm at. I'm at the end of my newness. I feel I'm still new, but I gotta be mindful of that, the content development as aspect of not jumping from so many niches. I kind of have mine under my umbrella, have sub niches under the same umbrella. So that's what works for me. And I try to put out many videos in that space to have the algorithm pick it up and kick it out to the people that need to be kicked out to. So be mindful of that. That's the final golden key. I wish you guys the best.